November 9, 2005. CIA Headquarters, Langley, Virginia. Jose Rodriguez Jr., Director of the National Clandestine Service, sent a cable to a CIA field station in Thailand. The cable authorized the destruction of 92 videotapes. The tapes had recorded the interrogation of 2 detainees at a CIA black site codenamed Cat's Eye. The recordings were made between 2002 and 2003. They documented waterboarding, confinement in coffin-sized boxes, sleep deprivation lasting over a week, and stress positions held until ligaments tore. The cable was drafted by Rodriguez's chief of staff. Her name was Gina Haspel. Abu Zubaydah was the primary subject on the tapes. He was a Palestinian man captured in Faisalabad, Pakistan, in March 2002. The CIA designated him a senior al-Qaeda operative. That designation was later disputed by the FBI, the 9/11 Commission, and the CIA's own internal review. It did not matter. He was taken to Thailand. He was placed in a coffin-sized confinement box for a total of 266 hours. He was waterboarded 83 times in a single month, August 2002. Each session was recorded. The camera ran continuously. The second detainee on the tapes was Abd al-Rahim al-Nashiri, the alleged mastermind of the USS Cole bombing. He was waterboarded at least 3 times and subjected to mock executions with a handgun and a power drill. One interrogator racked a semi-automatic pistol next to his hooded head. These sessions were also taped. In 2003, the CIA Inspector General completed a classified report, document number 2003-7123-IG, reviewing the interrogation program. The report referenced the tapes directly. It noted that the treatment shown on video exceeded what the CIA had described to the Department of Justice when requesting legal authorization. The techniques on tape were worse than the techniques the lawyers had approved. The tapes became a liability. By 2004, multiple federal courts had active preservation orders covering CIA interrogation records. The ACLU had filed a FOIA lawsuit, ACLU v. DOD, Case 04-Civ-4151 in the Southern District of New York, demanding all documents related to detainee treatment. Judge Alvin Hellerstein ordered the government to preserve and produce relevant materials. Separately, in the criminal trial of Zacharias Moussaoui, a federal court in Virginia had issued a standing order requiring preservation of all evidence related to al-Qaeda detainee interrogations. The 9/11 Commission had also specifically requested all interrogation records from the CIA. The CIA told the Commission the tapes did not exist. White House counsel Harriet Miers told the CIA not to destroy the tapes. CIA Director Porter Goss's Chief of Staff, Patrick Murray, relayed the same instruction. CIA lawyers advised against destruction. There was no ambiguity. The order from the White House was, "Do not destroy." Rodriguez destroyed them anyway. He used an industrial-grade shredder at Langley. All 92 tapes were fed through it. The physical media was rendered unrecoverable. No copies existed. No backup had been made. For 2 years, no one outside the CIA knew. On December 6, 2007, the New York Times published a front-page story revealing the destruction. The public learned for the first time that the CIA had videotaped its interrogations and then shredded the evidence. Congressional leaders demanded an investigation. Federal judges who had issued preservation orders demanded an explanation. Attorney General Michael Mukasey appointed a special prosecutor. He chose John Durham, a career federal prosecutor from Connecticut known for taking on law enforcement corruption cases. Durham was given broad authority to investigate whether the tape destruction constituted obstruction of justice, contempt of court, or making false statements. The investigation lasted 3 years. Durham's team reviewed thousands of classified documents, interviewed dozens of CIA personnel, and examined the chain of command from Rodriguez up through the director's office. On November 9, 2010, exactly 5 years after the destruction, Durham announced his conclusion. No criminal charges would be filed. against anyone. The explanation offered was procedural. Durham determined he could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that any individual had acted with the specific intent to obstruct a particular legal proceeding. The preservation orders, the White House instructions, the lying to the 9/11 Commission, none of it met the evidentiary bar. The tapes were gone. The evidence of what was on them was gone. The investigation into the destruction of evidence was closed for insufficient evidence. José Rodriguez retired with full benefits. He published a memoir in 2012 titled Hard Measures, in which he defended the destruction. He described the tapes as a security risk to CIA officers whose faces appeared on camera. He expressed no regret. Gina Haspel, who drafted the cable that authorized the destruction, continued to rise through the agency. In 2017, she was appointed deputy director of the CIA. In 2018, President Trump nominated her to serve as CIA director. During her confirmation hearing, she was asked directly about her role. She declined to answer in open session, citing classification. She was confirmed by the Senate, 54-45. Abu Zubaydah is still at Guantanamo Bay. He has been held for over 22 years. He has never been charged with a crime. He has never been given a trial. In 2022, his case reached the United States Supreme Court, Zubaydah versus United States. The court ruled 7-2 that the government could invoke the state secrets privilege to prevent him from obtaining testimony about his treatment. The torture cannot be discussed in court because acknowledging it would compromise national security. The 92 tapes no longer exist. The man on the tapes cannot speak about